Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Janice and today we're going to be continuing in our three-part series all about the different phases of a typical home project. In today's video, episode 2, we're going to be talking about the design and details. Design prep is important to understand, figure out, and be confident in before taking any steps forward. So we're going to be talking about uncovering your design, finding confidence in your design, and thinking about the details that will ultimately bring everything together. So let's get started. So how do you go about uncovering a design for a space that you're working on? Typically, you would go one of two ways. You would either work with a designer on your project or you'd be doing it yourself. So I'm going to break them out and talk a little bit about both. So number one, bringing in a designer into your project. A designer is trained to read and understand styles. They know how to mix styles as well as create a certain feeling and look in a space. They also know how to ask the right questions and may even uncover something that you might have missed. Not only that, but they can easily source materials from their resources to help bring all of the materials and ultimately the design within budget and that meets your aesthetic, which in the long run will save the homeowner a ton of time. Number two would be doing it on your own. This ultimately is a combination of your aesthetic or your style mixed with what you want your room to feel. You might need to do some upfront investigation through magazines, Pinterest, Instagram to help inspire some direction. I've mentioned this before, but this really does help you see what it is that you're drawn to and what are the things that you dislike. And this will help filter out styles and ultimately lead you towards a direction for your project. But next up, you'll want to start sourcing materials, whether online or in stores, but start pulling samples and getting a hold of them so you can physically see them, and then you can start building your color palette from there. You want to pull paint swatches, wood tones, fabrics, tiles if you're using that on your project, but start building a physical material board to kind of help guide you in the direction. Play around with it and see what piques your interest. Next up is finding the confidence in your design. This is something that will come naturally if you've hired the right professionals for your project. Almost every designer will want to offer a 3D render or a hand sketch of the space. A 3D render is a three-dimensional computer-created drawing of your space with the actual material that you're planning on using. This is great to help you visualize the space, which is why I always highly recommend a render of the project in order to give you the confidence in order to proceed without any doubt. Your designer will be able to guide you through uncovering your design and give you the confidence in your design through these renders. If you find yourself stuck in the middle of a project and you're unsure of how to proceed, or maybe you're unsure if you've selected the right material or not, reach out to a designer to help you visualize the space, to give you that confidence, or maybe help you select material that will give you the end result that you're looking for. You may be able to hire on a designer via consultation or for a few hours to help you in the areas that you're stuck in. And last but not least, we have design details. Now that you have your design thought out and you're feeling pretty good about your design direction, there are a level of details that oftentimes get overlooked. Depending on the space or the project, there are a certain number of details to consider, but you can find more of these in areas such as kitchens and bathrooms. Your designer would be handling and addressing the details that ultimately will work beautifully together with your design, as well as creating thoughtful, documented design presentations for your contracting team, and this will really help them in order to follow the plan, know what your design direction is, and avoid any assumptions. So a few of these examples would be elevations, floor plans, electrical and lighting plans, as well as paint and finishing schedules. If you're on a project and not sure of what you're going to need and you want to make sure you have everything buttoned down, I would highly suggest sitting with your contractor and going through all of the different details that you're going to have to consider for your project, aside from the obvious ones before your project starts. This will give you the time to source and really have all of these little details work beautifully with your design versus being caught off guard or having your contractor run out to source something similar. So this will not only benefit you, but your contractor as well. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you have any questions, please leave me a comment. But stay tuned for the last episode in this series, which is procurement and completion, to bring your project to the finish line. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.